Beneath over 3,000 meters of ice in East Antarctica lies a landscape carved by rivers between 80 million and 34 million years ago. These ancient valleys and ridges have been preserved under ice for more than 30 million years. It's like finding a world frozen in time. But there's more than terrain down there. Scientists have found massive networks of lakes and rivers, some flowing under pressure for hundreds of miles. Rivers so stealthy they can even flow uphill because of the weight of the ice above. These hidden waterways are geological oddities and may influence how quickly ice slides toward the sea and begins to melt. No, there's no secret ice wall hiding a lost civilization. Just raw, untouched science telling us Antarctica is far more complex beneath than any map reveals. So, what if everything we think we know about what lies beyond that white horizon is only half the story? Welcome to the secrets of the world beyond Antarctica. Maps of Antarctica used to be patchworks of blank spaces, but after World War II, that changed fast. In Operation High Jump, 1946-47, the U.S. Navy sent 13 ships and nearly 5,000 personnel to map the continent via air surveys, resulting in the first reliable aerial photos of vast, uncharted iced plateaus. A few years later, Operation Deep Freeze began in 1955, and by 2006, U.S. Air Force flights had logged over 5,800 missions, hauling almost 79,000 tons of scientific equipment across Antarctica. These massive operations weren't military invasions. They were science logistics, but they also revealed forbidden zones. Around the South Pole and certain high-elevation areas, overflights and satellite data are sparse or deliberately lower resolution, in part due to treaty regulations and technical limits. Higher resolution mapping only comes from research stations, and so public satellite coverage remains patchy. That doesn't prove a cover-up, but it does mean much of what lies close to the continent's heart is still shrouded in mystery. What have we not seen? And why is pure visibility limited? Everything south of latitude 60 degrees south falls under the Antarctic Treaty, a zone with no national claims, no military activity, and no mining. Today, 58 nations have signed the treaty, but only 29 conduct research and vote on its rules. That means access is tightly controlled and environmental regulations are strict. Tourist numbers are capped. Around 1,000 people stay in Antarctica on research bases in winter, rising to 4,000 in summer. Flights are usually only scheduled to fly over the ridges, not deep into the ice plateau. Add in modern satellite blackouts, regions obscured due to sensor limits or policy, and large areas simply haven't been geotagged or photographed in high resolution. That's where theorists speculate about hidden mountain ranges, underground waterways, or even uncharted landscapes. But the core issue is simple. We've only mapped what we could access. The rest remains scientifically and publicly unobserved. For centuries, explorers believed in Terra Australis Incognita, an enormous southern landmass balancing the known northern continents. The Greeks theorized it. Polynesians may have glimpsed its icebergs as early as the 7th century. But in modern times, the continent humbled even the strongest. Roald Amundsen famously said, "Antarctica, the only place on Earth that is still as it should be." On the other hand, Graham Hancock, in his controversial Fingerprints of the Gods, claims a now submerged Ice Age civilization once thrived there, destroyed when the land suddenly shifted across the poles. Scientists reject this. There's no archaeological evidence, only geological signs that Antarctica sat closer to the equator tens of millions of years ago. Still, Warnings persist. Researchers must learn from climate swings and past collapses. Antarctica may have been a green world, but it froze over gradually. Our mistakes won't be so forgiving. So we've got airlift missions, spotty satellite coverage, restricted access, and myths that echo deeper questions. It's not fantasy, it's unfinished science. What lies under the ice? Rivers? Fossils? Entire ridgelands? Hit subscribe if you're ready to keep digging. Drop a comment below. What's your theory about the world beyond the ice? Radar surveys in recent years have peeled back Antarctica's ice shield to reveal a hidden world beneath. Valleys, ridges, lakes, or even mountain ranges, some as old as 30 million years, frozen in time. Scientists compare it to a buried time capsule, complete with palm pollen deposits and ancient river channels mapped using ground-penetrating radar by teams from Durham University and the British Antarctic Survey. These are confirmed geological features showing temperate ecosystems that became entombed under ice millions of years ago. At the remote Dome Argus, rising over 4,000 meters above sea level, the ice sheets effectively create skyscraper-high domes rather than walls. Extreme weather, fragile ecology, and protective treaty rules make many regions off-limits, not because someone's hiding something, but to preserve what we've already discovered. Vast areas simply haven't been physically explored thanks to logistics and legal protections. And yet, because these places remain unvisited, speculation fills the gaps. Mountains, hidden rivers, microbial ecosystems. No single theory is sensational enough to ignore the data. Even modern satellites don't deliver a complete picture. Thick ice layers scatter radar and diffuse light, creating visual gaps and blurry patches in high-latitude interior zones. Add regulatory blind spots, sensors turned down to limit disturbance of wildlife or sensitive research, and you get vast blackouts in satellite imagery. As for aerial access, there's no secret, no-fly zone, but practical realities impose their own restrictions. The lack of refueling stations, the poor navigation near geographic poles, and sudden weather changes discourage flights deep into the continent. During the Cold War, military surveys flew over remote sites, but much of that data is now classified or limited for treaty compliance reasons. The result? Many interior regions remain lightly mapped, both from air and space. All of this is publicly documented. There is transparency, just also limitations. But limitations mean unknowns, and unknowns invite questions. So here's the truth. Antarctica isn't static or unfinished. It's a dynamic, unfinished canvas. We've discovered hidden valleys, ancient rivers, vast lake systems, and mountain ranges taller than some Rockies. Beneath the ice lies volcanic terrain, 91 confirmed volcanoes in the West Antarctic Rift, and microbial life living in complete darkness beneath kilometers of ice. Satellite and aerial blind spots aren't government conspiracies. They're technical and environmental necessities. Flight paths are directed for safety, weather, and international agreements. Yet these limitations leave room for genuine scientific mysteries. Fossils trapped in glaciers, ecosystems sealed for millennia, geological formations that defy our understanding of Earth's development. Antarctica isn't hiding alien technology, but it is hiding raw, powerful science. Every radar scan, satellite pass, and ice core we drill lifts a veil, but each one also uncovers new questions. What will we discover when we map the next uncharted glacier? What ancient secrets lie buried beneath layers no one's walked on? And what does it say about us that the last true wilderness on Earth is still more imagined than understood? Hit subscribe if you want to join the expedition under the ice. Drop a comment with your theory. Lost forests, hidden life forms, volcanic mysteries, whatever intrigues you most. because Antarctica isn't just a frozen continent. It's a frontier of what we don't yet know.